Lesson 1 continuation. The principle of conservation of linear momentum. The statement is, in the absence of an external unbalanced force, the algebraic sum of the momentum after collision is numerically equal to the algebraic sum of the momentum before collision. So, without any external force on the body, before collision, the momentum is equal to the after collision. That should be proved by this law of conservation of linear momentum. So, consider two bodies of A and B. Consider two bodies A and B, masses m1, m2 and the initial velocity is u1, u2. So, moving in a same direction. When u1 is greater than u2, so a body is contact, that is collision with the body B. So force Fa and that is on body B, acting on body B, and the force of Fb that acting on body A. So conservation of linear momentum, the force on body B due to A, that is Fb is equal to m2 into v2 minus u2 by t, and force on body A due to B, that is Fa is equal to minus m1 into v1 minus u1 by t. By Newton's third law of motion, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, Fa is equal to minus Fb. Fa is equal to m1 into v1 minus u1 by t, and Fb is equal to minus m2 into v2 minus u2 by t. Here m1 into v1 minus m1 into u1, that's equal to minus m2 into v2 minus into minus plus m2 into u2. So that the formula m1 into v1 plus m2 into v2 is equal to m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2. So m1 u1 and m2 u2 are the initial momentum of the body. That's equal to m1 into v1 plus m2 into v2, that is final momentum of the body. So without any external force on your body, that is equal to the algebraic sum of the momentum after collision is numerically equal to the algebraic sum of the momentum before collision. That is the principle of conservation of linear momentum. So this is important 5 more question. Lesson 1 continuation. Newton's universal law of gravitation. The law states that every particle in the matter in the universe attracts every other particle with a force. So every other object that is attracted by the force in the universe. So this force is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance. So the law states that every object in the universe attract every other objects with a force. So this force is directly proportional to the product of their masses, that is F is proportional to m1 into m2 and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the centers of these masses. Here considering masses m1 and m2 with the force F1 and F2 attracted each other with the distance r. F is directly proportional to product of their masses and force is inversely proportional to square of the distance between the two objects. So this is the representation of the diagram, that is gravitational force between two masses. m1, m2 are the two masses. Force F1 for m1 body and force F2 for m2 body. These two are attracting each other between the distance r. So F is proportional to m1 and m2 and inversely proportional to square of the distance. By combining these two formulas, F is proportional to m1 m2 by r square. So removing the proportionality, introducing the constant, that is capital G, that is called as universal gravitational constant. So F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square, or otherwise that you are finding gravitational constant F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. From this formula that we can write the universal gravitational constant G is equal to F into r square by m1 m2, and the unit is force is Newton and r square, the distance is measured by meter square by mass is kg square. So the unit is Newton meter square kg power minus 2, and the universal gravitational constant value is 6.674 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. And the next important question is a relation between G and G. This also important paragraph. Here small g is acceleration due to gravity and capital G is universal gravitational constant. That we are proving this relation by the mass, that is the earth object on the surface of the earth, and the radius on between the centers of the earth and the object, and force is attracted towards the earth. Mass of the earth is capital M, mass of the body is small m, and radius of the earth, that is r, is equal to the value 6378 kilometer on 6400 kilometer approximately. By the Newton's law of gravitation, the force acting on the body F is equal to gravitational constant on the earth mass is m and the body mass is m small m by r square. When the radius is negligible when compared to the radius of the earth. Radius of the object is negligible when compared to the radius of the earth. So according to the Newton's second law, force is equal to mass into acceleration. Here that is A is equal to G. G is also gravity, acceleration due to gravity. Hence we can write it as F is equal to mg. So F is equal to weight, that is equal to mg. Here mg is equal to G mm by r square. So acceleration due to gravity, G is equal to capital G capital M by r square. Mass of the earth is attained by using this formula. Rearranging this formula, capital M is equal to G r square by capital G. That is M is equal to this value that we can get the mass of the earth by applying the values. G is equal to, small g is equal to acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.8 meter per second square, and the radius of the earth is 6400 kilometer, and universal gravitational constant 6.674 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square by kilogram square. Thank you.